Welcome to our first monthly online teaching for the Marga program. Each month, Lopan Liz, Camille, or I will provide some commentary from our own perspective on the text that we're reading each month. This was originally intended to be live, and then you could also watch it um, on tape. But we decided, after consulting with our tech expert, that it would be better to record in advance and then upload so that there wouldn't be all of a sudden glitches in the middle and you'd be losing contact with the video or whatever, and we'd have to troubleshoot that, or we wouldn't know you were having that problem. So let's consider this sort of live on tape. In other words, I am alive in this moment as I'm offering this. And whenever you tune into it, that moment is also live. So hopefully the unpolished quality of this will help to enhance that sense of spontaneity and in the moment live teaching. Um, and we'll see how it goes. Um, So I want to begin with the opening line of chapter 1, in which John quotes, "My root spiritual teacher, Nyoshul Khenpo, has said that a moment of enlightenment is a moment when we realize, quote, the blessings that are always pouring forth." Now, he goes on to explain that some of those blessings are unconditional love, warmth, understanding, communion with others in deep care and resonance. Um, but I would like to read the origin of that quote. He's quoting a line from a longer passage in this book, Natural Great Perfection. That's Nyoshul Khenpo, who died in 1999. He was Lama John's root teacher. He was my root teacher. I met him in 1994. Lama John, who was not a Lama then, introduced him to an august assembly of people at Harvard Divinity School. And we'll actually talk about that a little later. John describes that event later in the chapter 2. But that chapter, which is that passage about the blessings that are always pouring forth, is my favorite passage. And some of you who know me have heard me quote it before, read it in its entirety. I'd like to do that now, and then we'll unpack it a little and explore how it relates to the other chapter. In this passage, you could substitute the word benefactor for guru or teacher, if it makes sense, because the intention is the same. And don't worry about all the Tibetan terminology. I think it will become clear enough, and he explains it for his purposes clearly enough. You do not need to be a scholar to receive the wisdom of this. So he's talking about Guru Yoga or Buddha Yoga, which is a traditional Tibetan practice of evoking a vision of the enlightened teacher, which could be the Buddha, it could be a teacher that you personally resonate with, almost an emissary of the Buddha, or it could be even formless in a way, but your sense of enlightened presence. Will often refers to these benefactors, but in this case, spiritual benefactors. And we'll say a little bit more about spiritual benefactors later. Maybe you think that a teacher has a body or bones or hair, or that you need one hair of the teacher or a red protection cord to get blessings. That's the relative teacher. If you really want to know what the guru means, the guru is the entire self-arising phenomenal universe. It is like an example, the symbolic master. It's not the human teacher that is the master. Truth is every single momentary arising, the entire phenomenal universe. The absolute guru or teacher is the nature of all things. Don't think it is just some old man or woman, some lama or guru figure. There is a Nirmanakaya, the manifest lama, like the Buddha in human form, the living teacher. There is a Sambhogakaya, the energy, the mystical guru, manifesting as experience, the true nature of our own experience, the inner guru. Then there is the most formless absolute guru, the Dharmakaya, the great luminous emptiness. All of these can be realized in one moment of great resting of pure awareness, the great letting go of all things called the Yeshe Lama, the wisdom, the Gnostic master or the inner guru, the great leaving it as it is. If you want to go even further, there is the infinitely radiant from within nature of all things that is like a total Buddha blessing manifesting everywhere. The thusness guru, isness. Everything that is in this Dzogchen collection, this treasure house, this mandala, is actually the display or the energy of the enlightened guru or the Buddha mind. All animate and inanimate existence and all experiences, outer and inner, are actually the Buddha, the true teacher. If you understand the great perfection teachings, every moment these blessings pour forth. One is never apart from the true guru, the Buddha, one's own primordial nature. Well, that's a vast statement. And I want to call attention to, it may seem vast and out of reach, but remember he said, all of this can be experienced in one moment of great letting be, the leaving it as it is. Do you remember our 3 letting be practice? That's discussed in this chapter too. That's the power, the potential power of that practice. Yes, it helps us ground ourselves in the body and to tune into the breath and to let go and relax and allow the mind to fall open. And sometimes it's just a matter of settling and arriving so that we can move on, supposedly, to the more important parts of the meditation where you receive from the benefactors and extend eventually. But in itself, it is the heart of the wisdom practice, deep letting be, tuning into the quality of our being, the depth of our being, and just allowing the body to be as it is, the breath to be as it is, and the mind to fall open into its natural openness as it is, enables us to approach and access this quality of being.